100% of our children are our future. 100% of our children are our future. I say that all the time because that's really when we think about the future of our community now, we need to make sure we invest in our children.
When I think about Superintendent Ebert's journey from the classroom to where she is today, I smile because she has never forgotten the North Star, which is our kids.
It is at the heart of everything that she does. Decisions, building strategy, thinking long-term.
But I was just speaking with someone earlier today about when the iPads were first brought into education. And at Garside Middle School, we had a principal that was willing to do the whole school with iPads. And it was a heavy lift. Like, are we really doing the right thing here? But I will never forget when the same principal sent me an email from a family member and from the student, an autistic student who had never spoke, but was able to use the technology to communicate her feelings on her own to her family and to her teachers. I still even, my eyes well up thinking about that, how technology creates the accessibility for everyone and levels the playing field in many instances. And that's what our job is to do in education, is to level the playing field, and technology does that in many ways.
Providing opportunities to our students is very important. When we are having conversations in different meetings, it constantly comes back to, are we providing these opportunities for all of our students? Are we making sure that everyone has an equal chance to go through these experiences?
When we are embarking upon making big decisions, our community and our students are truly at the heart of everything.
It doesn't matter if we're talking about buses or if we're talking about policy. She knows that if it doesn't serve the student and elevate them, then it is not part of our conversations.
What really showed me that her leadership style is someone I would love to mirror in my career is when it was during the pandemic. Students, obviously, we all know, had to get online immediately. There was limitations on technology, there was limitations on potential internet and technology availability.
There was no manual for what you do when a pandemic hits, right? Once in a century. But was so amazing during that time is people coming together. And I'm very thankful to Elaine Wynn. She was my board president at the time when I was the state superintendent of public instruction. She brought together a large group of people that have the can-do attitude and said, children don't have time to wait. We don't have time to wait, right? When the pandemic hit, we had school districts across the entire state giving one hotspot to a family of 4 children. We know that that wouldn't work because the bandwidth within that. So we had to give a hotspot for every single child. I don't know how many people know about Rolodex, but your contact list in your iPhone. Elaine said to me, Jhone, you know people across this nation. You need to use your Rolodex by contacting others and asking others to lean in on their expertise to help children. I will never forget, those days and how we were relentless to make sure that our children had what they needed, and becoming, the first state in the nation where every single child did have a device, did have connectivity. It's people coming together during a crisis and turning it into an opportunity that I will remember from those times.
This was to get a laptop and Wi-Fi in front of every student in the entire state. She did it with grace. She did it with organization. She did it because it was the right thing to do. She showed up for students during that time, and she shows up every day for students.
I might get emotional about this because for the first time, I actually feel hopeful. I actually feel that we have the right leader, the right person in place that we have been waiting for the students. And with that, the community is going to benefit, the teachers, and so will the parents. And so I'm just grateful for our superintendent.
When you think about a leader, you really want someone that understands the work. And what better person than someone that started in the classroom, that has been in multiple different kinds of positions. But in each one of those, she's helped move the dial.
She is incredibly sincere in the work that she does, but she is also super focused on getting the work done.
It's always about how could we and why not? And so I love that about Jhone. She is one of a kind.
I could say the usual. She's dedicated, she has perseverance, she's passionate, she's a servant leader. And they would all be true. But what I would say is she's someone who wants to get to know you. And I think to sum it all up in one word is she's just kind. She's a kind human being and cares about anyone who she encounters.
For the meaningful difference she continues to make at our community, Superintendent Ebert has been selected as a 2026 Vegas PBS Stories That Shape Us honoree. Now we want to hear from you. Who is shaping our community? Drop their name in the comments and tell us about their story.